Good morning, esteemed judges. Thank you for taking your valuable time to allow us to present our idea.
So, what is our product? Well, Gallerist is a free online platform built from the ground up to deliver the best feedback for aspiring artists worldwide. In a nutshell, Gallerist is a space for artists to post their artwork to a broad and vast community, receive feedback, and do the same to others. Our users can also upvote artwork as a form of feedback, sell tickets for their galleries, hold auctions, and repost people's artwork to share with others. Now, a gallerist is an owner of a gallery, and we like to think of every one of our users being like such. We think of ourselves as building a stepping stone, a leap for artists not only to get their work recognized, but embrace our heartwarming community.
So, our revenue model. So, our first method of obtaining revenue will be the basic advertising model. So, apps such as Instagram, YouTube, apps that you all use, etc., they all use the same essential basic revenue model that we're using, the advertising model. But it's important to know that the companies that's probably going to advertise in our website will be probably art companies, companies such as Ibis Paint X, a mobile drawing app, or Adobe Photoshop, and some others. So our second form of revenue will be through a premium model. Essentially, the artists, they're going to be able to promote their work by paying for more models for paying for more for by paying for more. Essentially, this will give them more viewership and it'll allow for their work to be seen more in more people's feeds. Uh, this is essentially close to the LinkedIn premium model. And for our last method of obtaining revenue, it's going to be called art galleries. So essentially, what we're doing is allowing our artists to host their own art galleries and sell tickets for them. So people can just, it's essentially a virtual art gallery. Yeah, we get a cut of their tickets.
We believe in inclusion. So Gallerist is expansive in its incorporation of the visual arts, and we have 11 main communities housing its own unique and welcoming categories. We strive to keep a focused yet open view on helping the visual arts in the 21st century thrive. And to do this, we allow our artists and users to craft the perfect categories for their own respective community, not to divide, but to unite common interests. The basis of galleries are these main communities, each of which are a different type of art. Within these, users are free to create their own sub-communities in a style that they specialize in and that others can join. For example, users in the painting community might have created categories such as acrylic modernist and watercolor. Our broad categories allow users to first narrow down their area of expertise and then join user-created communities to pinpoint their interests. Some of these communities are painting and drawing and architecture. Incorporating Quora's best elements, every user creates a profile. This means that when you receive feedback from someone, you can not only see their past feedback, but also their own artwork, qualifications, auctions, and galleries. This provides legitimacy to all feedback through helping our users see how experienced someone is.
So our target customers. So our platform was developed as a platform for aspiring artists to gain feedback to improve. Naturally, our target customers would be young designers, painters, sculptors with little to no experience looking for feedback to improve their work. Experienced artists are also welcome, so they could provide their professional opinion to let these young artists improve and flourish. Aside from a professional's opinion, we'll be also targeting art enthusiasts to give their own personal opinion so we can have a more diverse point of view and so our young artists can naturally flourish in this environment.
All right, sorry folks, I'm going to stop you there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the floor a little bit to our judges at this point in time. If you would like to hear a little bit more, I think there might have been one more slide potentially from the looks of it there.
Yeah, one or two.
If the judges would like you to ask you to finish that, I'm very happy for you guys to finish that. But judges, do you have any questions at this moment? Would you like to hear the end of the presentation? All right, looks like we're going to hear the end of the presentation. Boys, please continue, finish off.
So using Google Trends, we have found a steady increase in the last year attributed largely to the COVID-19 pandemic. And as you may have seen on social media, there are millions of artists who have been struggling for footholds of attention. And we have an amazing opportunity to capitalize on that and provide them with the best art-based platform. With a 6% annual increase in the market, $40.5 million in art transactions last year, and a 9% decennial increase only further drives this point home. With a highly valuable market of $64.12 billion and some estimates projecting an increase in $7 billion in the next year, the art industry has clearly never been stronger. Fueled by everyday people, this market relies on upcoming artists, those that we wish to help and who therefore are our potential customers. Thankfully, there will be no shortage of artists and therefore customers anytime soon. There are over 300 accredited art schools in the US alone, each of them producing new generations of art.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had some technical difficulties with Ardian, but Jeremy, would you like to continue where you left off?
Sure. So why now? So I heard a quote that timing is everything. And right now is the best time to capitalize on the surge in artwork by the COVID-19 pandemic. Stuck at home and in quarantine, many have turned to art to get through the pandemic. And this is further exacerbated by the rise of technology and its positive impact on art. With the advent of technology in the past decade, aspiring artists have been utilizing design applications. As a result, the design technology industry has never been stronger, and artists are, as my partner said earlier, increasingly reliant on their devices to further their artwork. So this is a little bio about us essentially. So we're just two businessmen from Indonesia who have a passion for art. We're not much, no one knows us, but the only reason why we're here and with an idea is because of criticism. Our teachers, friends, families, they've criticized us and gave us feedback. And that's the only reason why we've been able to grow and have ideas. Because to us, criticism is one of the biggest factors into becoming a successful person. Of course, we're not successful, but we've managed to grow only because of criticism. We plan to use it as a tool to help these young artists reach the top. And
beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And Ardian, sorry that I'm not unsure what happened about there, but don't worry. Jeremy did very well in your stead. Judges, may I open up the questions to you, please? Miss Devi, do you have anything for the boys? I do apologize. I believe you're on mute right now.
I want to thank you both very much for participating in this incredible competition. But my first question to you is, how do you think your product is unique compared to your competitors that already exist in this space?
Well, firstly, Gallerist has a major focus on its community. We're very much very focused on building our own very unique community, while others are more about artists trying to get profit or trying to get recognized by major sellers. Us is truly about building something that people can enjoy and that people want to go on every day.
Sorry, if I may just ask one follow-up question, but to have success for this platform, you do also need the revenue. So it's probably not just about appreciation and value, but it's also about creating a business. So how do you differentiate between the two things?
Can I add on to Ardian's point?
Sure.
So basically how we're unique and what makes us different is that we have a lot of viewpoints. We have a very diverse view, I guess. A very diverse point of view. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. So essentially, I've looked at the other art websites, and what I see is just the people from their website just telling them what's wrong and what's good. And when I see all their criticism, they're very similar. But us, we're diverse. We have a professional's point of view. We have the community's point of view. We essentially have the whole world giving them feedback.
Yeah, and I think to add on to that, for example, if you look at comparisons such as like if you have something like Britannica, which is only edited by a bunch of experts, and you compare it to something like Quora or Wikipedia, which is essentially you get all your information from everyday users. They're both successful and they're both different.
Right. And did you test this with a prototype?
Not yet, but we do plan to.
Thank you.
And of course, we can make some changes over time because over time our our product, it's gonna continue evolving just like us humans.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. We're going to take one more question. Mr. Singh, would you like to ask a question,
Yes,
please?
thank you very much for the presentation. My question is, for this business model, it focuses a lot on the network effect. It will only succeed if you get enough people that are in this niche to be on board your platform. What's your strategy to get your reference customer base onto your platform? How do you reach out to them? And how do you plan on reaching out to these new aspiring artists that have been working for 1-2 years to join the platform and meaningfully engage? What's your strategy for that?
Thank you for that question. So first of all, we know some people who have contacts to some artists, and they're gonna be the professionals. As for the community, we could ask those artists to help us gain some community as they have fans. Or another way we can do it is something we would like to test this because we don't know if it's actually gonna work. So essentially what we think we can do is just going to a website, posting something very interesting, just something really simplistic, some like maybe art in like an art thread in like Reddit, and just have a link in there. So it'll make people wonder what it is and they would want to know more.
Yeah,
That's just two of the ways we can do it. Now if Ardian would like to continue on my point.
and then I think building on from Jay's point, with the necessary funds and capital from investors such as like panelists and you people, you guys, I think we could definitely incorporate some very heavy advertising on other social media platforms. So especially we can actually even advertise on platforms that are competing with us, so that we can take some of their base and bring it to us.
Okay, thank you.
Very cool. Thank you. I apologize, judges. We don't have time for any more questions at this point in time, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to ask some of the others. Ardian and Jeremy, from me at least, a round of applause. I quite enjoyed that presentation. And for the judges, on your scorecards, their names are there. And for the viewers, we're going to pop up a poll for you right now to have a bit of a question about this.